While the rest of the 1970s rock gods destroyed hotel rooms, the architect of the era's most bombastic sound was locked in a studio, quietly building a spaceship out of cellos and synthesizers. Behind eternal aviator sunglasses, and an impenetrable halo of curls, hides modern music's most obsessive phantom. Jeff Lynne didn't just write songs, he constructed towering, symphonic fortresses of sound. As the mastermind of the Electric Light Orchestra, and later the secret weapon for the Beatles and Tom Petty, Lynne operated like a mad scientist, driven by a relentless pursuit of absolute sonic perfection. He was a walking paradox, a deeply introverted frontman who shrank from the glaring spotlights, yet engineered an auditory universe so massive, it demanded stadium crowds and blinding arena lasers. His legacy is etched into the very DNA of classic rock, but the man himself remains a total enigma, carefully shielded behind endless, protective layers of multi-tracked harmonies and studio wizardry. He orchestrated the undeniable soundtrack of a generation, yet barely anyone truly knew the man behind the mixing board. To understand the genius of Jeff Lynne, you must strip away the millions of platinum records and the orchestral grandeur, and step directly into the isolated mind of a man who fought to control every single note, until the music finally took control of him. Jeffrey Lynne was born on December 30, 1947, in Erdington, Birmingham, England. His parents Philip and Nancy Lynne raised him in a simple council house. Then the family moved to Shard End when Jeff was about 9. His father bought him his very first acoustic guitar for just £2. That cheap little guitar became Jeff's best friend. He taught himself chords and spent hours experimenting with sounds. Then he attended Alderley Boys Secondary School in Birmingham, before pursuing a career in music in 1963. Jeff was already performing in local bands like the Handicaps and the Chads. In 1966, he co-founded the Idol Race as the principal songwriter. Though commercial success remained elusive, the experience sharpened his songwriting and studio skills. In 1970, Roy Wood invited him to join the psychedelic pop band The Move. Jeff contributed heavily, including writing Do Ya, their first US Billboard Top 100 hit in 1971. This gave him his first real taste of wider success. While still in The Move, Lynne, Wood, and drummer Bev Bevan dreamed bigger. They wanted to fuse rock, pop, and classical music with strings and orchestration in a way no one had done before. They formed Electric Light Orchestra as a side project in 1970. Their self-titled debut arrived in 1971, with the single 10538 Overture becoming an early UK hit. But Roy Wood left in 1972 to form Wizzard, leaving Jeff as the undisputed leader of ELO. He wrote, arranged, produced, and often multi-tracked most of ELO's material, becoming a one-man creative powerhouse. The 1974 concept album El Dorado became the real breakthrough. It cracked the US Top 20, with the single Can't Get It Out of My Head hitting the US Top 10. For the first time, ELO felt like a major act, and it truly belonged to Jeff Lynne. Then came Face the Music in 1975. The hit single Evil Woman, written in just minutes during a studio session, became a massive success, cracking the US Top 10 and introducing ELO's signature sound. In 1976, a new world record exploded globally. It reached the top 5 in the US, went multi-platinum, and delivered hits like Livin' Thing, Telephone Line, and Rock Aria. It was also ELO's first major success in the UK. The pinnacle came in 1977, with the double album Out of the Blue. It sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Recorded partly in a Swiss chalet, it featured the epic Concerto for a Rainy Day Suite and the immortal Mr. Blue Sky. Written after a bout of writer's block lifted, the sunny anthem became ELO's signature song, and later soundtracked films like Guardians of the Galaxy. Then the 1979 album Discovery gave them a UK #1 with strong disco influences. Hits like Don't Bring Me Down, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talkin' Woman, and All Over the World defined an era. ELO sold over 50 million albums worldwide, headlined massive shows, and pioneered the fusion of rock with orchestral music. The band also scored a major hit, with the Xanadu soundtrack in 1980, collaborating with Olivia Newton-John on the title track, which became a UK #1. Later albums included Time in 1981, Secret Messages in 1983, and Balance of Power in 1986. After ELO's initial disbandment in 1986, Jeff's career evolved into that of one of rock's most respected producers. He produced George Harrison's Cloud 9 in 1987, which led to the spontaneous formation of the Traveling Wilburys in 1988, featuring Harrison, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, and Lynne. They released Traveling Wilburys Volume 1 in 1988, a joyful roots rock hit with classics like Handle with Care and End of the Line. Then they released Traveling Wilburys Volume 3 in 1990. This album was released after Roy Orbison's death, featuring She's My Baby and Inside Out. Jeff also produced Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever in 1989, and Roy Orbison's Mystery Girl in 1989, and released his solo album Armchair Theatre in 1990. But one of the most legendary moments came in the mid-90s, when Jeff produced and completed the Beatles' anthology tracks, Free as a Bird in 1995, and Real Love in 1996, finishing John Lennon's demos alongside Paul, George, and Ringo. Paul McCartney reportedly hugged him and said, "Well done, Jeff, you've done it." For a lifelong Beatles superfan, this was the ultimate moment. Jeff later revived ELO as Jeff Lynne ELO, releasing albums like Zoom in 2001, Alone in the Universe in 2015, and From Out of Nowhere in 2019. Massive tours, including triumphant shows at Wembley and Hyde Park, proved the music's enduring appeal. His accolades include a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2015, induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with ELO in 2017, the ASCAP Founders Award in 2019, appointment as Officer of the Order of the British Empire in 2020, induction into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2023, and a Grammy as part of the Traveling Wilburys. Jeff Lynne's journey shows the power of vision, craftsmanship, and staying true to your inspirations. And it also built something else, lasting financial success. Today Jeff Lynne's net worth is estimated at around $100 million. Unlike many rock stars who burn bright and fade, Jeff built his wealth smartly and sustainably through his music. With ELO he has sold over 50 million albums worldwide. Those classic hits still generate strong income from streaming, radio, ads, and movies. Because he wrote and produced most of the material, so he earns a bigger share of the royalties. His company, Fairwood Music, collects payments whenever his songs are played anywhere in the world. He has also worked as a producer for many major artists, including the Beatles. That work has brought in substantial paychecks and long-term back-end royalties. Plus his recent tours with Jeff Lynne ELO have added even more to his wealth. That $100 million fortune isn't just a number. It represents a lifetime of dedication to craft over celebrity. And with that kind of success comes the ability to enjoy life's finer things, and a deeply personal side that the public rarely gets to see. In love, Jeff's journey has had its ups and downs. He married his first wife, Rosemary Adams, in 1972, but the marriage ended in 1977. In 1979, he married Sandy Capelson, and together they welcomed two daughters, Laura and Stephanie. Becoming a father brought a new kind of inspiration into Jeff's life. But that marriage also ended in a painful divorce in the early 1990s. After divorcing Sandy, Jeff found lasting love in his life. He began a relationship with actress and producer Camelia Kath in the mid-2000s. After many years together, the couple finally married in September 2017. Their relationship is often described as quiet, supportive, and grounded, perfectly matching Jeff's lifelong preference for staying away from tabloid drama. And his greatest joy remains creating music. He can spend weeks in the studio overdubbing, layering, and meticulously perfecting tracks. One of his most charming quirks? He still occasionally picks up and plays that very first 2-pound acoustic guitar his father bought him all those years ago. Jeff also enjoys the simpler pleasures success has brought. He's a lifelong supporter of Birmingham City Football Club, and has never been drawn to the wild Hollywood party scene. For him, true luxury means creative freedom, privacy, and the ability to create whenever inspiration strikes. And that dedication to comfort and beauty extends beyond the studio, into the stunning homes he's chosen to live in over the years. Jeff's primary residence is a beautiful estate high in the Beverly Hills Hills. He purchased the 3,028-square-foot property in 1994 for $1.275 million. This 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home sits on over an acre of land, and houses his renowned private recording studio, Bungalow Palace. The estate consists of 3 connected parcels, offering plenty of space and seclusion, complete with a pool and lush gardens. Thanks to its prime location, breathtaking views from downtown Los Angeles to the Pacific Ocean, and significant upgrades, the property is now estimated to be worth between $15 and $20 million. It's the perfect creative sanctuary for a perfectionist like Jeff. Whether recording, relaxing with family, or simply enjoying the California lifestyle he's grown to love. And Jeff's success has also allowed him to build an impressive collection of vehicles that reflect his low-key yet refined personality. In the early days of ELO's breakthrough in the 1970s, he drove a striking pink Ford Cortina Mk3 GXL, a solid British car that suited his working-class Birmingham roots. As his success grew, he moved into higher-end machines, including a powerful 1986 Mercedes-Benz 560e AMG, a rare right-hand drive model that later joined George Harrison's collection. In recent years, he's been spotted in premium Mercedes models and the occasional classic American car, including a sleek red Corvette during visits back to Birmingham, where it turned heads at a local classic car show. While he keeps most details of his current garage private, his choices consistently reflect quality, comfort, and elegance over flashy ostentation. With beautiful homes, a loving family, and a life built around creativity, Jeff Lynne continues to enjoy the present while looking ahead to new musical chapters. Today 78 years old Jeff Lynne stands as one of the most respected figures in music history. After an extraordinary career spanning over 5 decades, he brought the live chapter of Electric Light Orchestra to a close in 2025 with the Over and Out Tour, a heartfelt farewell that included emotional homecoming shows in Birmingham and Manchester, culminating in a spectacular final performance at BST Hyde Park in London on July 2025. Those final shows were filled with joy, nostalgia, and gratitude. Despite a broken hand that kept him from playing guitar at some performances, Jeff still delivered the magic his fans have loved for generations. The crowd sang every word along with him, as the man in the sunglasses soaked up all the love. Now with the touring years behind him, Jeff has returned to the place he loves most, the studio. In interviews before the farewell tour, he made it clear, this was never a retirement from music, only from the road. For a lifelong perfectionist like Jeff, there's nothing more fulfilling than experimenting with new sounds, layering harmonies, and chasing that next perfect song. From a boy with a 2-pound guitar in Shard End, to a rock and roll Hall of Famer living his dream on his own terms, Jeff Lynne's story is a beautiful reminder that true legends never really stop, they just find new ways to let the music live on. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Jeff Lynne's life, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're creating more long-form videos on the real stories behind legendary musicians, rock icons, and hidden geniuses.